Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today, going to talk just a little bit about gold and silver, only because, and maybe we're going to touch on the banks a little bit, only because I was today in a place where I was actually talking to an older gentleman, and this really blew my mind because, you know, I understand not everybody understands gold and silver, but I always am shocked that some people out there, especially older people, don't even understand the basics. The basics of gold, silver, banking. People actually still believe that when you give your money to the bank, that it's there. And I almost can't help to laugh at that statement because, I mean, banks are not just going to hold your currency, like literally just in their little bank vault, and it never goes anywhere. People don't really understand what happens to it. So I find it interesting, too, because I was talking to this older gentleman, and, you know, we started talking about a little bit about living on a boat, some politics. This is an older gentleman that lives on a boat. And, you know, we get talking about that, and then we start talking about, you know, how interesting it is with, you know, his lifestyle, that I said, you know, you ever thought about making YouTube videos? And, you know, so he enjoyed talking about the understanding on how YouTube works and stuff, and how there's people out there that are trying to find out about almost anything. Somebody would love to hear stories about living on a boat. I mean, I found it interesting. And, you know, he couldn't understand at first that, you know, YouTube pays. We do make money when we put these videos out. The commercials that you see throughout the videos, by you taking a minute and hitting the thumbs up, that essentially boosts up what's called your advertising, your CPM or whatever, to help you get more commercials placed on your videos and so forth. There's some algorithm. I don't even know all the details. Needless to say, we get talking about gold. He tells me that, you know, he bought 20 ounces of gold a long, long time ago. And he's since sold it. And I said, what'd you pay, 35 bucks an ounce? Because this is an older man. He said, no. He said, 35. I said, there were people that paid it, the older people. I said, what'd you pay? He goes, 300. I said, you paid 300 an ounce. He said, I don't even know what it's at now. He said, I sold it when it hit 400 or 500. I thought that was extremely high. You know, you're talking, yeah, 300 to 500. That's a 66% profit. I said, that's pretty good. I said, do you have any idea what it's at now? He goes, nope. What's it at? I said, do you want to guess? He said, 1,000. I said, nope. He goes, 15. I said, nope. I said, and then he says 2,000. I said 2,300. Technically, it's 2,350, but good luck finding it for that. He said, what do you mean? Are you serious? I said, yep. I showed him on my phone. He was just shocked. Why? Because he could have never imagined that gold would go this high. A lot of people can't imagine that gold's going to go to $5,000 or $10,000. It will be there. They'll be laughing at the opportunities that we had at $2,300 gold and under $30 silver. Why? Because right now, all people are looking at is the little picture. They're not seeing the way things are going. And, you know, here's the thing. $10,000 gold, $200 silver. I mean, that sounds impossible right now. But you're talking 4x on gold and, what, 8x maybe, 7x on silver. You know, people aren't understanding what's really is happening regardless of if nothing else changes. We're just going further in debt. The interest on that debt is getting higher and higher. Now that's a kind of a nice statement, though. If that happens, hey, that's the likely side of what's going to happen. What people aren't counting on is the unlikely side. Now, those of us that have been following the channel for a while know that I believe eventually the dollar is going to go back to its true intrinsic value, which is a sheet of paper. You know, a lot of people can't understand the US dollar being the world reserve currency basically plunging. The truth of the matter is, though, when it plunges, $10,000 gold, $200 silver is not even going to matter. People would gladly pay that. Why? Because they're trading a dying currency for something that's sound money. It's been around forever. People just don't understand. And as you talk to them more about it, they don't understand that, you know, the money's sitting at the banks. It's not there. It's not there. Because people are like, well, how could the dollar really crash? I said, simple. I said, they just keep printing it. Think about it like this. If you have tons of something, tons and tons of it, does it have any value to you? Let's say you live near a sand pit and you own 50 acres of land and it's all sand. You've just been trucking sand out. It doesn't have a lot of value to you. Yeah, somebody else might have value in it, but that don't happen with paper. Paper is just that. It's a sheet of paper. What backs it? The military might. The confidence that people have that it will always be there. But here's the thing, that confidence is slowly eroding away. Little by little, more and more people are waking up. That's why it's important that you take a minute and hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. Because more people will see the video. The more people see the video, the more people wake up. You know, it benefits you by them waking up. Because if tomorrow everybody woke up to silver and gold, the system would be really different instantly. Yes, there would be pain, especially as the dollar collapses. But here's the thing, the dollar's collapsing regardless. The banks, the big banks, central banks, they don't want it to happen overnight, obviously. They want to hold on as long as they can, and it's for the good of America. It's for the good of whatever country you're in. But the truth of the matter is, they want to get their golden parachute. If you knew that you were about ready to lose power, you would do everything in your scope of power to try to retain that. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. The ability to create money out of thin air is really priceless. I mean, for everything else, there's fiat. I just got thinking of that Discover card, you know. But it's true. It's true. You know, a lot of people can't fathom that we could go back on a gold and silver standard. There would be complications, of course. You know, because the truth of the matter is, if all of a sudden we went back on a gold standard and there was still the options to pay with paper or gold and silver, which would you rather pay with? Of course, you'd rather get rid of your paper because you would understand then that if this is accepted and this is accepted, which one has more real value? Obviously, silver has more real value. So you get rid of your junkier currency. You know, there's a saying, it's Gresham's Law. Basically, bad money will drive out good money. Why? Think about that. Because people will start saving this. So it won't be being used at your stores day by day. I wish people understood. I wish everybody could wake up to it overnight. But because they're not awake, it gives us more opportunity to pick up stuff like silver, gold at lower and lower prices. This manipulation that they're doing, it's not made for us. It's not made for the sheep. It's made for the big banks. It's made to protect the dollar. Because if people realize the truth about gold and silver and how it's real money, and as inflation happens, that 2% inflation that supposedly is a good thing. I mean, why is 2% good? Why is 2% inflation good? Think about that for a minute. Just stop what you're doing and just think about it. If 2% isn't good, if 2% inflation is good, then doesn't it make sense that 4% inflation should be better? Shoot, let's go for 10% inflation. That would be awesome then. But the truth of the matter is, inflation's not good. It's stealing your wealth. It's stealing the money that you work for. It's making you pay more money for anything you buy. But they want to lead you to believe that 2% is good, but 4% is bad. No. No. People only need to think about what they're hearing. Most of what you hear nowadays is lies. It's designed to essentially keep you, I hate to say, dumbed down. It doesn't make sense what they're telling us. You know, and when you look at the inflation numbers, I mean, do you really feel like it's 2% when you go to the grocery store, or even 3% or whatever they're claiming it is now? I don't even know what they're claiming it is now because I don't believe in the numbers. What I do believe in is inflation is going to continue. Gold and silver is going to keep going up. And if you're lucky enough to pick some up now, then you'll be all right. And if you're not, it's going to slowly keep eroding away your wealth until one day it just plunges. Can you imagine tomorrow if you woke up and all of a sudden they say that, hey, we're rolling out new Fed dollars. You have to turn in 10 of your U.S. notes to get one new note. People would be irate. Maybe your savings account has $10,000 in it. Oh, congratulations. You have 1,000 new notes. You'd have nothing. You wouldn't be able to do anything about it. It would happen instantly. But you know what? Your car would go up in value. Your house would go up in value because those will have value in the new notes. Now, yeah, it might seem like it goes down. Maybe your car now is worth $10,000. It's not going to be worth 1,000 of the new Fed notes. It's going to be worth more. It may not be worth 10,000 of the new Fed notes, but it's going to hold a certain amount of value. That's an asset, a true asset. When stuff is all going up in value and your currency is going down, you have to understand this. But a lot of people don't get it. I mean, these are some of the basics to understand that the more they make of something, the less it's worth. Think if you were the only man or woman in your community. This is what I told the guy, because I live in a town where there's a lot more men than women. Why? Because we've got thousands and thousands of workers here, and most of those workers are men. So think about that. Let's pretend for a minute you're the only man or woman in your community, and everybody else is the opposite. Well, can you imagine everybody would want to take you out? I mean, you know, it's funny that people don't understand. Anything that there's more of has less value. You know, in that same scenario, let's say that one girl, she could choose in this area, for every one girl, there's about 6 guys. She can pretty much have her pick. She can choose the type of mate that she's looking for. You know, when you have currency that is just being watered down, a lot of people don't understand. They're like, well, if we've been printing money since the beginning, why all of a sudden now? You know, it's been happening, but it's happening more and more now. So that's going to end it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody, and have a great day.